Yeah, what up, y'all? You're watching the Boombox video show. I'm your host, RZ Rhymestein, and right now we're chilling with the homie Doobie. Yo, what up, Doobie?
Yo, what up, RZ?
Chilling.
It's your boy Doobie, Status Crew, Crew Gang Entertainment, here on the Boombox Radio. What up?
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody, like, how you got started making music and all that?
I started doing music when I was like 16 or something like that. I actually got a knee injury when I was playing soccer. I busted my knee, and it sent me into this big depression, started partying hard, and I literally just started binging. And my brother came to me and he's like, you gotta take all this built up energy you got and like put it into a rap. And I was like, what? It's like, I don't know how to rap, man. And he's like, well, you can write a poem, right? You know what rhyming words are? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, it's just a poem on a beat. I'm like, I get it. So I sat down May 1st, 2001, wrote my first rap. So this coming May here, it'll be 20 years I've been in the rap game, yo.
Well, nice. Yeah. That's cool. You remember the date and everything like that. That's hype. So, yeah, me and you, being artists, we've been around for a while. We've done a lot of performances and all that. What would you say is like probably one of the favorite things you've done on stage or performed for at any show?
I have to say, honestly, like, it's weird, but those boat shows were pretty hype. Those were probably some of my favorite shows.
Nice.
Just being on the boat outside with 400 people on it, those were pretty crazy. And then, Crazy Bone is my favorite rapper. So when we did the Crazy Bone show up at the Clark Theater here, there's like 700 people or something like that in that building, and Crazy Bone, and I was like, yo, that shit was pretty crazy.
That's dope.
So that's probably one of the best. It was a pretty crazy show at that time, yeah.
That's what's up. What advice do you have for like performing on stage for anybody who like hasn't ever performed on stage or is starting out to? What would be some of like the tips you have for them?
Definitely don't be like afraid. Suck up all those nerves, go out there, make sure you rehearse a lot. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to rehearse or whatever, or think they're above that, but like, if you rehearse a lot, you're gonna put on a good show, and it's gonna be the same as when you're rehearsing. Like, you don't have to work on projecting your voice, especially if you have a microphone and stuff and a PA or something, the karaoke machine you can rehearse on, so you can practice how far you want to hold this microphone away from you. And yeah, you want to put in the rehearsal time, and you want to own the stage. You don't want to just stand in one spot. You want to keep your eyes up, look at the crowd, talk to them, get a crowd reaction. So you're standing there in one spot with your head down, you're gonna lose interest real fast, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta move around a lot. Be like visually entertaining too.
Yeah, you gotta put on a whole show.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, it's definitely a thing that you can notice from different artists, right? Like when they're moving around a lot and like pulling in the stage, sets it apart from somebody who's just kind of standing there rapping, right? And like you said, if you're looking down or whatever, like people aren't really gonna vibe to it. They're gonna start looking down, right, or whatever. You control the crowd, right? Their attention's on you, so you have
if you're
to
doing something crazy
it.
too, like I remember this guy back in the day would be up on the speakers and shit, like rah, like fucking crowd going nuts, right? They like that shit. It's crazy, wilding out, stage diving and crazy. I never got too crazy like that, like, rah, but like watching you guys back in the day all the time, just like climbing up on speakers and chairs, and going out into the crowd too, like. You guys would always walk out into the crowd and like be out in the crowd rapping.
Yeah, like, that's another one.
Like, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you kind of think of it, there's like you could like have like a list before the show. It's like, hey, do this, and then do this, do this. Like it's there's a lot of different formulas you can do for a performance, right? So it's pretty cool.
You got like 10 tracks. Do 2 songs in each location or something. Try and break it out. Be all over, right?
No doubt. So, what would be like, do you think, over all the years of being a rapper, would be like the ultimate highlight that you've ever like had happen?
I would say it would be a tie between when I first performed in front of Prevail, and he was like, yo, that was dope. And I was like, ah, yeah, that's, like, he's a legend to me, right? I listened to him my whole life. When he heard me perform, he was like, yo, that was dope. And I was like, thanks, yo.
Yeah.
And then more recently, not having to like deal with like a promoter and like ticket sales and stuff. I know it's a huge like process when you're an upcoming artist. You have to sell X amount of tickets just to perform and weird contracts and stuff like that. And now it's at the point where we know all the club owners and these people that are throwing the shows, and then they're like, they contact us now, right? Instead of like me having to try and find the show. And like, I haven't sold tickets in like since we formed Root Gang, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like since we formed Root Gang, we pretty much get shows paid and we're treated as artists nowadays. It's actually It's actually really dope. It's actually dreams coming true. And
yeah, hard work paying off.
yeah. So now I've actually more recently lost my job and I'm full-time stay-at-home dad rapper. So now be ready. I'm going to be working on that craft.
Yeah, no doubt. And you look excited to as well, so you know it's going to be on its way.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, you got any projects going on right now? I heard something that you were saying.
I do. I've been trying to keep it on the low, but like not too much. Like I've talked about it a bit, but I have an album coming out. It's going to be my first album, Apollo 420.
Nice.
I've got the album cover up on my artist page, Doobie from SKS, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all platforms, Spotify. Check out Doobie from SKS if you haven't already. Artwork is done by Mama Rude Gal. She does our artwork. She does our videos. If you need artwork, album covers, video stuff done, hit up Mama Rude Gal. She is crazy with it. But yeah, I got my album coming out, 14 tracks. It actually started as a 5-track EP. I was going to be releasing an EP again. We started applying for grants, and Hope ended up getting his grant for the Redman album. And he pushed that album, so we pushed all that through 2019 and into 2020 and everything. And now I kept adding tracks this whole time. I kept writing lead tracks. I just kept stacking them on this Apollo 420 album. Now I got 14 tracks, full album. Pretty much every song's a lead track. I got one track on there that I wrote about my mom, which is actually like pretty dope. Besides that, I'm pretty sure every track's a lead track. I got a new track that I might be performing for you guys tonight, actually.
Oh, nice.
Might give you guys a little sneak peek of something tonight. It's actually a beat from RC the Hazard. I haven't recorded this track. I've only actually wrote it a little while ago and just memorized it recently within the last week.
Okay.
So I rehearsed it a little bit before you guys rolled through, and I'll be dropping that for you guys tonight, probably, if you guys are down for that.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely down. Definitely down. You can have that if you want.
Oh, shit.
Do the glue part.
Thanks, bro. Doobie for Doobie.
Yeah, Doobies for Doobie.
We're gonna say you get it.
Just doing a fundraiser for that one day.
Gotta make sure you tuck it in nice, all the way even across. See that little finger flip I did? A lot of people can't do that, man.
Oh, the finger flip. We're gonna have to go on replay on that one.
Boom. That's a Doobie from Doobie.
Nice.
It's like a weed cylinder.
One day, that's what you'll have. You should have Doobies, but Doobies for Doobie. Or Doobies by Doobie.
Right?
So, you've been blazing a long time. I know. Me and you've been ever since I've known you. Where does the origins from your name Doobie come from? How did that all start?
Well, I started rapping, like I said, May 1st, 2001, and right away everybody's like, well, like, what's like your rap name? I didn't have a rap name, so we were forever, like weeks, looking for a rap name for me.
Okay.
We're sitting there, obviously smoking out hella, Doobie after Doobie after Doobie.
Yeah.
And my brother's like, yo, he's like, I got it. Your name is Doobie.
That's hype. That's a true way you would think that name came about.
And everybody called me Doobie Dan for a while, and then I kind of like when somebody's. It's weird. It's like somebody saying your last name.
Yeah.
It's like Doobie Dan. It's like kind of got weird, and then it shortened to Doobie D, and it was kind of the same thing. You're like, it's my last initial or something. So then it's just Doobie now, right? So it's nice, easy, smooth. You can actually rhyme a lot more words with it.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of that going on in it. That's pretty hype. So, what would be your favorite, let's say, thing to smoke?
My favorite thing to smoke is the distillate.
No. And that would be, what's that? Nice. That's hype. And then you smoke that. How many different ways can you smoke it, or do you like to smoke it?
You can smoke it like in a pipe on some ash, on paper, for a doobie, right? Or you can dab it. This is my favorite way. I dab. I got my e-nail set up. I keep it at a low temp.
That's what's up.
And this is actually 98% THC.
Nice.
So I'm dabbing this at a low temp, and I'm getting all that THC.
That's hype. No doubt. So, you've been smoking a long time. I know you're a big connoisseur of the weed. What do you usually do on 420, or when you plan on doing this 420 coming up?
Usually we try and roll a big ass doobie with like a bunch of concentrates. Like I'll use like a gram, like you know those foot long raw papers?
Yeah.
We'll stick a few of those together, and we'll use like a gram or so of oil, sometimes two depending. Slick the paper right up, and we'll get weed and rub and whatever everybody brings that day. Yeah, we'll get everything in there. Everybody shatter and butter and roll up a big can. And you can see them on my Instagram and stuff. Like I post up the pictures. Doobies like long as my arm. These big fat cannons that are just like full of concentrates and shit. Usually we get together. It's crazy with COVID, so I don't know what we're gonna do. One year we did a Bong Olympics. So all my homies got together, we went out to the res, brought all where we used to chill at, and we all brought all our bongs out, and everybody brought weed, and we set up events like the Bong Gauntlet. It was like the dopest. So you start out at the smallest bong, and we'd have all these weighed out. They were it was like a half a pint of bud.
Yeah.
We had all these little tiny piles of these half pints of bud, right, for a single hoot.
Yeah.
So you'd have to, there was like a ridiculous amount, like 18 bongs or something stupid, from little bong up to the 5 foot bong. And you'd take a hoot, and then right away on to the next one, see how many you could make it through.
Yeah.
And only like a couple of people made it to the last bong. It was crazy. And then you have like the waterfall, like where you gotta like hold your hoot in until the next person takes their hoot. So you like take your hoot and you have to hold it in, and then when they hoot the bong in, then you can blow yours out. So it's like goes all the way around the table like that. You're like knocked out of these events, right?
Yeah.
And then whoever wins the most events at the end of the day, I went to the store and bought a little bong for a prize, and I had a half ounce or something like that as a prize to them.
Oh, what? That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was just like to get everyone together too. It was dope. Like everybody literally showed up with like an ounce of weed. It was like, you know, it was
Kids are getting just super stoned. That's hype. Yeah, it's always good to. It's always a good thing to just like get as baked as you can, basically, on 420, no matter what. If you're not, then you're doing it wrong.
We call it the roche roulette. We like take a hoot and hold it till your next hoot, like when you're smoking a doobie and shit.
Yeah.
So you like hit the doobie and you gotta hold it in until it gets back to you. It's depending on like 5, 6 people, and you're like, fuck.
Whoever coughs is out or something. That's what's up. So yeah, you do a lot of crazy like token on like dabs on your Instagram. What's the biggest dab you've done?
Probably like a gram of the distillate. I don't really weigh them ever.
Yeah.
But like some of them are pretty long and chubby, right? So like definitely at least a gram, probably my biggest. And before the email too, like the hoots would be so big it would cool the bowl down.
Yeah.
Like I would be trying to, that's why I ended up getting the email, because like you'd hit it with the torch and fucking it'd be red hot even. You start dropping this big snake on there and it'd get like halfway through and then start pooling up and I like fuck.
Yeah.
So I ended up investing in the email.
Keep it burning.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I did a giant hoot the other day. It'd be better if you like cranked it up for a fat hoot than you do it in 1 or 2 hits. I keep it at 600 degrees, so it took me like 7 fat, full lungs full, man. I was ripped. I was pouring sweat. Fucking had to go change and come back out.
So yeah, and you're on, so that's on Instagram mostly that you're doing those toke things, right? And then like you're on TikTok now too, right?
Yeah, TikTok. My TikTok was trippy, man. I got TikTok about 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty easy to like get a following on TikTok. Most of the time on TikTok, if you follow somebody, they'll follow you back. So I just get the same love when they follow me, I follow them back. I got 1,000 followers in 3 weeks or something like that. Now I can go live on TikTok.
That's cool.
I was live for my first time yesterday and did I just spat some bars. Yeah. It was really weird going live on TikTok too. They gave you like a summary afterwards. It was like, yo, you had 64% more people watching your live than all your friends that were live at that time. They like showed me this shit. I was like, oh, dope.
Yeah, good statistics and shit.
Yeah, but if you gotta get 1,000 followers on TikTok and then you can go live on there.
Okay.
It's fast to grow on there, and I got my other, like my YouTube and Instagram connected, so you can just click on the link and stuff.
Nice.
I just found it an easy way to be able to grow, and now I can push towards my other platforms, right? Like my Spotify and Apple Music and right?
Yeah. So I know one of your favorites ever is Tupac.
Yeah.
Who else has influenced you in music, and Tupac too? Like, how has he influenced you? I know he definitely has for a lot of people, and it's kind of like what.
The thing about Tupac, when you hear Tupac, you know he was living that life, and a lot of people can relate, right? So you hear Tupac, and you relate to him. Look at my hair sticking up. Yeah. You relate to it because you go through this shit in life. He literally raps on every topic, no matter who you are in the world. If you listen to all the Tupac shit, you're gonna find a song that relates to you. Yeah. That's why Tupac is my second favorite rapper. And my favorite rapper is Crazy Bone Thugs all day, man. And that's why I get into that fast shit. I work on my double time and Crazy Bone, man. He's got the harmonies, the melodies. I think he's super underrated, actually. Like, a lot of people don't recognize Crazy Bone as like a top spitter, for real. It's weird when I talk to people, they're like, he's not in their top 10. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is he in your top 20 at least?
Yeah.
Because he's still alive and he's been doing it since back in the day, right?
Yeah, they're so good. Just like, to this day, like, their style is what a lot of people are trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they already hit that style way back in the day, and they've just been killing it ever since. It's just like, and in so many different ways with the singing plus the fast raps. It's just like so good. That's right. So like, you want to just shout out all your social media and let anybody else out there give them a shout out or anything like that before we go, and we'll get you to do a performance after that.
Yes, shout out to Mama Rude Gal, shout out to Hope, shout out to Rude Gang, shout out to Onada. Shout out to RC the Hazard. Shout out to you, RZ Rhymestein. Shout out to the Boombox. My social media, like I said, is Doobie from SKS on everything. You check out Doobie from SKS on Spotify, Apple Music, on Instagram, on Facebook, now on TikTok. I've just been fucking around on TikTok. You just gotta check it out. It's funny. Nice. But yeah, that's my social media is all Doobie from SKS now, so I can keep it simple. Email me at Doobie from SKS. Send me an email. I'll email you back.
Yeah.
It's all love.
No doubt. I guess we'll get you after or before you do your performance. It's up to you. You want to hit a nice, huge fucking toke on the dab rig for us?
No, it's all good. I'll just fucking finish up this Doobie here. And
that's what's up. Well, thanks for everybody for checking out the interview. We're going to get Doobie. He's going to do a performance right now of one of his new tracks that's not even released yet. So check it out on the Boombox video show.
Blaze even more when I'm alone. Crazy shit coming out my dome. Takes me a little bit, but when I get up in it, I'm out my mind, but I'm in my zone. Blaze even more when I'm alone. Crazy shit coming out my dome. Takes me a little bit, but when I get up in it, I'm out my mind, but I'm in my zone. I'm so high, there's no way home. Float through the smoke, I don't know where to go, but I know where I've gone before, so I gotta be able to withstand a whole lot more. Of course, every day gotta be a test. After all these years, I wanna be the best. Sharpening my pen game on the daily. Always west side, never a maybe. Dan I am. The plan is to pay me, but my bannock is dry, so I gotta get the gravy. Whoa. I'm sorry for flexing, but I smoke a whole lot more than the next guy. Slow down, I don't know how. Token as soon as I open my eyes up. Rise up, at it before the sun even hits the sky. Blaze even more when I'm alone. Crazy shit coming out my dome. Takes me a little bit, but when I get up in it, I'm out my mind, but I'm in my zone. Blaze even more when I'm alone. Crazy shit coming out my dome. Takes me a little bit, but when I get up in it, I'm out my mind, but I'm in my zone. In my zone when I'm alone, and you know the aroma, Kush cologne. Stone to the bone, smoke one to the dome. Roam through my home, 2 parts unknown. Flown to the moon and back off one dab. If he ain't my homie, probably you gotta run that, bro. I am so fucking high, there is no way to hide it. Just look at my bloody eyes, no. I cannot stop laughing, I think it's the dabbing, or maybe you're funny guys. Rolling up another one like every time my brother come. I'm nothing like my father, but I'm definitely my mom's son. You just fucked with the wrong one. Now sad songs getting sung. Did what I had to get it done, the whole bowl gone. Now I'm wanted for a hit and run. Blaze even more when I'm alone. Crazy shit coming out my dome. Takes me a little bit, but when I get up in it, I'm out my mind, but I'm in my zone. Blaze even more when I'm alone. Crazy shit coming out my dome. Takes me a little bit, but when I get up in it, I'm out my mind, but I'm in my zone.